It was supposed to be the coolest thing YouTube had ever seen. Forget warehouse stunts and rented mansions. We're talking about a real theme park. Bright lights, 60-foot catapult games, and a prize wall bigger than most people's apartments. Mr. Beast announced Beastland and the internet froze, convinced this was the ultimate gift to his fans. But the second you look past the stunning concept art, this theme park becomes one of the most uncomfortable, most revealing brand deals a creator has ever touched. Because Beastland wasn't built in Florida or Tokyo or anywhere you'd expect a family attraction to stand, it was built in the Middle East, specifically Saudi Arabia, a country where filming accidents can get you massive fines, authorities can force you to delete footage, and human rights groups report modern slavery is at an all-time high. This wasn't a fan event. It was a massive, calculated government PR move. And the real price tag had nothing to do with ticket sales. It was about exposing the corporate era of the biggest creator on the planet. When Mr. Beast first unveiled the plans for this full-scale amusement park, complete with custom challenges, massive mazes, and a zipline target drop, the hype was astronomical. He showcased concept art promising massive, exhilarating rides and challenges unlike anything seen outside his videos. He called it an opportunity for his millions of fans to compete in his challenges in real life. It was massive, insane, and solidified him as the first YouTuber to ever pull off something this big. On paper, it was unstoppable. But almost immediately, a single question echoed across social media. Why Saudi Arabia? Mr. Beast's answer was quick and simple. It's in the middle of the world, easier for everyone to visit. A cute, harmless answer designed to shut down any questions. But it was a total lie. The community was quick to pull up the evidence. Community notes appeared instantly, pointing out that Beastland was already part of a major, pre-existing deal. It wasn't just a random pop-up. Beastland was tied directly to Riyadh Season, a massive, government-funded, national entertainment program. Once the ticket site went live, a few dedicated fans actually bothered to read the rules, the boring black and white text that most people skip. That's when everything snapped. The terms and conditions were a walking red flag, raising concerns about safety and transparency. They included the big ones. No professional cameras or video equipment, meaning no high-quality, independent documentation. No re-entry once you left. And critically, the fine print stated the organizers accepted no liability for injuries or DMN, death, that occurred inside the park. Think about that. A park built for high-risk physical challenges with zero liability for the organizers. But the most chilling rule required all attendees to follow Saudi Arabia's strict public taste laws. If you don't know what those include, here's the translation. Normal things like filming strangers, filming incidents, or refusing to delete footage can lead to severe penalties. You can be fined up to hundreds of thousands of dollars and even face legal action, meaning if a massive game malfunctions, a ride breaks down, or someone gets badly hurt, recording it is illegal. Authorities can force you to delete the evidence on the spot and essentially bury the story. Consider the implications for a moment. In America, when a bad ride or accident happens at an amusement park, it's instantly all over the news and goes viral on the internet in 5 minutes. In Beastland, the government can legally erase the evidence. The park wasn't just a fun attraction, it was a controlled environment built specifically to protect the PR image of an entire country. If one of your family members got seriously hurt or even potentially died, you can't sue. You can't post it online. The incident gets silenced by the government, and you are forced to be silent about it too. This lack of transparency and legal protection made people rethink the morality of the entire project. It's a risk no fan should ever have to take just to be in a YouTube video, but that black and white print was just covering up a deeper, darker secret hiding in the desert dust. You don't build a theme park, even a temporary one, without construction workers. You need massive structures, heavy machinery, and thousands of hours of labor. And when that theme park appears suddenly in the Middle Eastern desert, it raises immediate, serious questions about labor and human rights. Human rights groups and international watchdogs suggest that Saudi Arabia and its neighboring Gulf countries have a long, brutal history of exploiting migrant workers. We're talking about conditions that have been labelled as modern slavery. Reports claim this involves passports being confiscated, preventing workers from leaving. People forced to work brutally long 15-hour shifts in extreme unregulated heat, living in poor camps with no pay, and facing unexplained deaths where families are never notified. The statistics are devastating. Reports claim that over 21,000 migrant workers have died on Saudi mega projects since 2017 alone. To put that in perspective, Qatar's World Cup construction saw over 6,500 reported migrant deaths across a similar time period.
Dark secrets of the Qatar World Cup: the lack of human rights. Qatar still uses the kafala system. Essentially, this gives their employer control over their lives. They can take away their passport if they want to leave the country, forcing them to work in poor conditions and on a low wage. That low wage works out at about $275 per month. The Guardian reported that 6,500 migrants have died in Qatar since they won the bid for the World Cup in 2010. Whilst they are not all related to the World Cup, most of them were only there to build the infrastructure for it.
This is a pattern. People are dying because a trillion-dollar government doesn't want to pay for proper, safe construction practices. It's absolutely insane that a region so incredibly rich with oil money and princes is still associated with labor practices that are morally indefensible. These are not minor rumors. These are the documented realities of people working on these vast national projects. So when Beastland suddenly appeared with massive temporary structures in the desert, people had to ask who built it? Were they safe? Were they paid fairly? And did anyone get hurt during the rushed construction? Because of the legal blackout on filming incidents inside the park, we will never know the full truth of the conditions under which Beastland was constructed. The controversy suddenly shifted from an awkward partnership to one with a profound and potentially terrible human cost that Mr. Beast simply ignored. The controversy wasn't just online either. It was a wake-up call for the biggest names in YouTube. The backlash wasn't limited to angry comments. It was a wake-up call for the biggest names in the creator community. For years, creators have been whispering about the fundamental shift in YouTube culture, the pivot from personality to production, from fun to finance. Beastland was the moment the whisper turned into a loud, undeniable shout. Take DanTDM, a creator known for his family-friendly content. When Mr. Beast was doing another controversial food collab, Dan launched a scathing tweet that echoed the growing frustration. What happened to YouTubers? You're selling SAT to kids for money. Do better. And what is Beastland selling? More calculated hype to kids who don't know better about the deep ethical compromises involved. Then there's Jacksepticeye, who once spoke openly about his frustrations. He was asked point blank in a lie detector challenge if he liked Mr. Beast. His answer? No.
Now, Jack, a completely unrelated question. Do you like Mr. Beast? No. Jack, do you think Mr. Beast ruined YouTube? Yes.
He followed up by saying Mr. Beast had fundamentally ruined YouTube because the priority became money, views, and popularity, completely overshadowing having genuine fun with your real personality. The genuine, raw feeling was gone, replaced by calculated, large-scale spectacle. Jack's point was simple. If Mr. Beast was having real fun, those videos would be longer, more natural. They'd be messy and authentic, not perfectly planned corporate plays. Beastland is the physical embodiment of that fun-to-corporate shift. The scale got too big, and the soul disappeared. Even PewDiePie weighed in, laughing at the famous Mr. Beast clip about the 10-year grind to success. He knew what was coming. He pointed out that creators are no longer just people making videos. They are turning into mega corporations, focused only on scaling, adapting, and aggressively reinvesting. The channel is now a business, and the business always comes first. Mr. Beast isn't a YouTuber anymore. He's an expanding brand empire. He's moved into food, drinks, apps, AI, and now a theme park. The fun is undeniably gone. The priority is now how large and quickly you can build your company. And if you're asking me, Beastland perfectly exposed this corporate calculation. He accidentally pulled back the curtain on something people had been feeling for years. The man who was once the people's champion is now simply a CEO. Mr. Beast is no longer the people's favorite untouchable creator. He's now just a mega corporation, YouTube's very first. And this isn't just DMN drama or internet tea. This is serious pushback and questions about real-life ethical issues. This park isn't just another brand like Feastables or a temporary giveaway. Beastland has the financial backing and political interests of an entire government behind it. You know how insane that level of corporate and political alignment is? But here's the truth that makes the entire project even more depressing, and it confirms the purely corporate calculation. Beastland was never built to be permanent. It wasn't built to be a part of Mr. Beast's long-term legacy, and it absolutely wasn't built for us, the viewers, to enjoy for years to come. It was constructed as a 45-day pop-up attraction designed entirely as a temporary asset for a global PR campaign. Temporary structure, temporary hype, temporary rides. When the event finally shuts down, the massive games will be packed up, the temporary structures dismantled, and the desert will simply go back to being the desert. Most people will forget about it. However, the serious ethical questions and the clear evidence of Mr. Beast's corporate shift won't disappear. This entire event just confirmed what many were already whispering. Mr. Beast cares more about the money, the optics, and the global expansion than the moral cost or the genuine connection with his fans. His image is clearly cracking. He was once the undisputed GOAT, the greatest YouTuber ever, untouchable in his popularity and perceived goodwill. But it seems like that's no longer the case. The shine is wearing off, and people are finally waking up to the true price of the Beastland dream.